what's up? Welcome to Buffy's Angels. I'm pumped to talk about these episodes. A very weird Buffy episode, which I've always enjoyed. It used to scare me. It still kind of did. And then an Angel episode that is just like another great one in like a series of great ones with that Shroud of Rahman, in there, just to remind us of the bad times, in the middle of all these great episodes. Um, okay. Let's talk about them. Now, it's Listening to Fear is the Buffy episode. The Trial is the Angel episode. And here to talk about both of them is our newbie, watching for the first time, taking you through his thoughts. Logan B. Adair. What's up, buddy?
Guys, thought number one, Angel fucking rules. I want to say, Angel season two, I would rank it, if we were ranking Buffy and Angel, I would rank it third place currently.
Wow. And
I'd
how
go
do you
Buffy two,
feel?
Buffy three, Angel two.
And how do you feel about season two of Angel only being my fourth favorite season of Angel?
You don't like season one more.
No.
Okay. Well, I mean, that definitely excites me. I think that's kind of crazy. But we also
Yeah.
disagree on Buffy. I like season two more
True.
than season three.
True. It could go a lot of ways. Honestly, my favorite season of Angel, like I think there's no way you don't like season three. That's just great. But like season four, my favorite season, divisive.
I
So
know.
yeah, we'll see when we get there.
It'll be tough to top this. This is pretty great stuff. I don't know if it's just
Wow.
really
And we're
connecting with
still
me for some
early.
reason. I know. But on the Buffy side, I agree. That was a pretty scary episode.
Yeah.
One of the scary, like if we were ranking scary Buffy episodes, that would be pretty high on the list.
Listen, that thing slithers, it crawls,
Screeches?
it screeches, it has a weird shell, it has an ugly mouth. It might be from space.
Was that a
It
little person in
must have
a
been, right?
costume
I
thing?
don't know the answer to that.
It looked really real, so I
Yeah.
assumed that it was a person.
Something, it was gross, whatever it was. It
It was
was
awesome.
fucking gross.
I
And the
thought
way it
about
crawled
Hush
around on this,
also, which is a scary episode,
mm,
but that's
yeah.
like next level on every aspect. I think this one might be a little scarier.
There's something about invading the home environment. Like to me, like the scariest shit in Hush is when like Tara is like running from them in the dorm room, or Olivia like spots them like right outside Giles's house from the window.
I just think
Uh
the whole creation of them is really scary. The way
no,
they
I
float, the way they look.
I agree, but I'm comparing it to this episode.
Yeah.
I think like the spookiest shit in this episode is
On
like,
the ceiling.
yeah, the scene where Joyce is sort of, you better, what's she chiding it about?
I don't know. She says lots of crazy shit.
Like, you better shut up. I don't know what you're doing in here. And she's been crazy. So you think she's just talking crazy. And then, like, they go to a wide shot and, like, it's just, like, on the ceiling above her
Yeah.
bed.
That was
Like,
good
that
stuff.
is
Reminded me of
really
the
gross.
Babadook a little bit.
Better than that.
Yeah, I knew you would say that. But yeah, but
I'm no
pretty scary
Babadook
episode.
guy.
Yeah.
It is a scary episode. Especially, nice rebound after the previous week with like its fucking dumb snake shit. Um,
Yes.
all right, so these episodes aired November 28th, 2000, like a couple days after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Uh, let's talk about that day. How about that? And the number one song was still "Independent Women" number one by Destiny's Child. Not only is it the number one song in America now, it's the number one song all over the world.
I haven't played that as the
That's
outro yet.
crazy. Well, you're not
And
going to this week
I
because I
know,
made
and
a
that's again not
request.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Sorry to them.
Well, Beyonce, I think she might be doing a residency at the Sphere gang.
We're like currently or
No.
upcoming.
Yeah. They thought they were going to announce it on the day of the Super Bowl, but it didn't happen. But people think it's still happening.
You think you would go to it? Have you ever been to the Sphere?
No, I mean, if I'm going to go to the Sphere, I'm going to go see U2. I'm like a big U2
I
guy.
thought they already did that. They're going back.
They've done it. They're continuously playing at the Sphere, like a
So
few
they're like the
times a
number one
month.
Sphere guest, probably. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, easily.
That's pretty cool.
It's like Billy Joel at Madison Square Garden.
Or Alec Baldwin at SNL.
Has he hosted the most
I
times?
thought so. Probably not anymore, but I thought for that was like the thing for a while.
No, he's definitely like up there on the list. I was
Yeah.
thinking about this sketch from the 90s that they called the Five Timers Club. That was like a bunch of the guests behind the scenes like welcome. It was like Paul Simon and Steve Martin and Candice Bergen, like all these people that have hosted five times. Anyway,
I know
uh
he's also in A Star Is Born. I'm pretty sure he's like Allie. Like he brings her on to SNL to perform the character, Lady
oh
Gaga
my
character.
God, that's
I think he's like,
ridiculous.
I'm Alec Baldwin. Here's Allie.
Yeah. Well, he was probably on the set of Saturday Night Live a lot at the time because he was doing that dumb Trump shit.
Oh yeah, that was huge for a while.
Yeah. Um, that was huge. Like Sunday mornings, you'd like have to watch the new Alec Baldwin Trump thing. It was never funny.
It's gonna be so sad when Trump is the president again, but we're not getting the Alec Baldwin stuff anymore.
No, I know.
What's
Well,
even gonna be the
now
point
you
of
have
Trump
to
being
like
president?
now you know you're not allowed to play other races. You know, if you're a white guy, you have to play white people. So like they have to cast like a real orange guy.
Like an Oompa Loompa type.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We're casting Oompa Loompas.
Yeah, it's a good season for Oompa Loompas. They should get ready.
You
Get
haven't
their
seen
Trump
Wonka, have you?
impressions going.
You don't know who the Oompa Loompa is
I
in
know it's
Wonka?
Hugh Grant.
Okay. One of my favorite jokes actually in Wonka is when Timothy Chalamet says, he says, Mr. Loompa. I thought that was funny.
All
Mr.
right, then
Loompa.
the number one movie in America is still The Grinch. All right.
Hmm.
But
Full title,
debuting
please.
at how is Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yeah, thanks.
Number two, though, debuting. It was probably disappointing at the time. People thought this was going to be a bigger hit than it was, but don't worry because years later they decide, let's go give that scrappy little movie a sequel. I'm talking about Unbreakable.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Two sequels.
Yeah, that's right. Kind of. And then number three is 102 Dalmatians.
Yeah.
Now, the weird thing about 102 Dalmatians and Unbreakable is if you asked me, I would have said 102 Dalmatians came out roughly 32 years before Unbreakable.
I would have thought the same thing.
But evidently, no, the same weekend.
Yeah. How many Dalmatian movies are there if we wanted to do those?
Just two of the live action ones, but I don't know about all those fucking
Yeah.
cartoons.
And then they did the Cruella also. I would guess
Oh,
there's like
true.
six.
I saw Cruella in theaters. Is that weird?
Uh, I guess not. I still haven't seen it. I feel like that happened during COVID, did it not?
Well, it must not have because I saw it in theaters.
I thought that was like 2021. I thought like no theaters were open 2021. Maybe they were.
Maybe I went back, wore a mask.
You snuck in, I guess.
Nah, there's
You
no
turned on the
way.
projector yourself. Nobody was even
I
working there.
don't know how to do that shit, man. All right. Who am I? Diane Kruger.
No, go ahead.
Um, all right. And Quills debuting outside of the top five, but a significant release. Kate
N-
Winslet.
Okay.
Um, all right. That's all I got. It was a real nothing burger of a week, man.
A lot of repeats. The Grinch, Destiny's Child, a lot of the
Yeah.
same stuff.
So let's just talk about these episodes, huh?
Okay. Buffy first.
Listening to Fear. Our writer is Rebecca Rand Kirshner. I told you about her a while back. She made her debut with Out of My Mind.
Was I out of my what
I
does
was
this
waiting
title
for it.
mean?
Listening to Fear. I
Yeah,
wish
what
I
is it?
knew.
Hmm.
I've never known.
It's just
I
a
just
screech
know
is
in my
so
mind,
scary.
listening to Fear equals Space Alien episode.
How do you put that together though?
I don't really know.
Is it like Joyce listening to like giving into her
I guess I
disease,
think
listening
maybe
to
because I think the episode's scary. It has the word fear in the title. That's how I'm able
Yeah,
to
I mean I
remember it.
guess that is how I'll remember it. It is the scariest one we've covered. I think it might be.
Yeah, certainly in a while. Um, all right, so she's back with her second episode. You'll recall I told you she got married and she was Rebecca Rand Kirshner Sinclair for a while, which it took up the entire bottom of the screen of 90210.
That's right. And
Yes.
0210.
90210. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, and our director is David Solomon, who's been with us for a while, directing random episodes, but is now firmly an important part of the staff. This is his third episode of the season. His first one was the season premiere, Buffy versus Dracula, and his second was No Place Like Home, which was the first appearance of Glory. So he does the big ones these days.
Yeah. And
So
three of the first nine, he must be pretty important.
yeah, I know, but he only does like one other one for the rest of the season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but anyway, that's still a big deal. 4 episodes in a season of television.
For sure.
Um, David Solomon, he's back. All
Hell
right,
yeah.
let's hear your words and notes on listening to Fear.
Okay. First of all, did you know that that's for how Jello was made? From cows'
I still
hooves?
don't know if I trust that.
Why would they lie?
I just don't want to believe it, I guess, because I
Sounds a
like
little
Jello.
familiar to me when she said that,
Mm,
but I didn't
yeah.
like hearing it again.
Yeah,
I don't eat
Jello and
Jello
hot
ever.
dogs. You don't want to hear about the making of those
Right.
two things.
That's right. You eat a lot of Jello?
Not a lot, but sometimes
I
I'll
like
pop
pudding
open a
more than
Jello.
Jello if I had to pick one.
Yeah, I mean they're on par with each other. They're in the same business, right? Jello pudding.
I'd rather just eat a fruit than like a fruity flavored Jello or whatever.
Well, bully for you. I don't think it's really meant for you, dude. Like Jello is supposed to be like to fool kids into eating fruit-like
It's for kids and old
substances.
people. It's
Yeah,
like one or
like
the
they would
other.
give my parents would give me Jello as a snack with like my lunch as like a healthy snack because I wouldn't eat like a fucking apple if they put it in there because I was a moron.
Why didn't they give you apple flavored suckers?
That sounds gross.
Oh, what do you mean? Like green
Apple
apple?
flavor? Oh, green apple? Yeah, that'd be all right. I'm sure they did do that sometimes.
Yeah.
I
Well,
like
that's
those green apple lollipops with like caramel in the middle.
oh, I don't like caram. I prefer the one where it's like gum in the middle
Well, yeah, that's good too.
or like a Tootsie Roll.
Yep.
Those are better, I think. But all right, so Joyce, she mentions how she's got surgery coming up the day after tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah.
Scary stuff. So we're out patrolling,
Gonna be
but
cold that day.
yeah, that's a good
Watch
point.
out for sudden flash freezes, gang.
We're patrolling, but it's only Xander, Willow, Giles. No Tara, no Riley, no Anya. But
Yeah,
they only make a big deal about Riley. They're like, yeah, Riley stood us up, said he'd be here. Motherfucker
yeah.
lied.
I pictured Tara and Anya working in the shop at that time.
Yeah, we don't show the magic box, so I guess they must be taking care of it here.
Yeah.
That's not. I missed it this episode, I gotta say. By the way, Spike showed
It's
up.
not in this episode at all.
No, no way.
Wow. That's
Oh,
wild.
yeah, no way.
That might be
Uh,
the only time that happens for the rest of the season.
I think we got to when Spike showed up, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't even remember. Like I forgot about Spike, kind of.
Yeah.
And then I thought like maybe that's a testament to how good this episode is. Like, because I in the moment I was like, this is fine. I hated the part where they were looking at stars. I thought that was so stupid, and the
Oh,
whole you
can I
don't
tell
think
you
so?
something?
Yeah.
It is stupid. Like I know what you mean. Like I'm not gonna argue with you, but in the moment watching that yesterday, it made me cry.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know what it was.
I thought that it was such a tender moment between Tara and Willow. I really was happy for them.
Yeah, I didn't know if I thought it was lame or if I thought it was like, how are they seeing the stars so easily? Like all these constellations. How is she so good at that? What is going on? I just didn't connect with it really. But,
It
but
felt personal to the writer, maybe. Like it was an odd
maybe.
scene, so it felt like maybe something Rebecca Rand Kirshner does in her life was like
Yeah,
name constellations, and she like gave that trait to Tara.
it didn't work with me, but you're probably right.
Yeah.
But when Spike showed up, like late in the episode, I realized we hadn't gotten to the magic box either, and I was like, maybe I actually like this more than I thought I did. I don't know. But so there we go. And then we cut to Riley, and he's letting a vampire. I think you're supposed to think that vampire's doing something else, but it's really biting his arm.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's definitely supposed to look like a beach, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's just suckling on his little, you know, if you're like a heroin addict where you put the needle, or I guess if you're like at the doctor's office where they put the needle. I don't know why my brain immediately went to heroin
Well, I
addict.
think because it's a little bit like an addiction for Riley right now. Like he's trying to chase
Oh
the
yeah,
high a little
maybe
bit.
that is what. Thank you for giving me the benefit of the doubt on
No, I think that's why, because I kind
that.
of thought the same thing a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah, but that's what he's doing. He's fucking reckless. Um, and so we go back to the
that's the
hospital.
name of a later episode of Buffy.
Is that not? Oh, I'm thinking of Restless.
Oh wait, no, it's not. It's wrecked. Sorry about that.
Wrecked.
Yeah,
Well, so we're at the hospital. Willow shows up. She got a bunch of presents for everybody. For some reason, she got Joyce a beer hat.
yeah.
Thought that was a crazy choice
Yeah, it feels like she went to a
for
dollar
Joyce.
store and was like, "Let me just get everyone something that'll make them laugh."
It to
Except
me,
for
it felt
Dawn.
to me, it felt like a cover up at first. Like she brought it for Buffy, and then she was like, "Oh, Joyce, you would like this," but no, it felt genuine. I was like, "What is this? Is so weird." I didn't know what was going on. But she got a book for Dawn, a spell book, but it's not real spells, fake spells.
Well, it's a book about spells,
Oh, but it doesn't tell you
but it
any
doesn't
cast.
have spells in it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a tutorial book or anything. And she brought Buffy a history book, which she's not that into, and then a yo-yo, which seemed to
Yeah,
brighten her
that
mood a
seemed to
little
make her
bit.
happy.
She's just seen her play. Do we ever see her play with the yo-yo?
No, I wish we would, man. Buffy walking the dog, that'd be a sight.
Walking the dog, yeah. She didn't do that at all in this episode. She didn't even like use the yo-yo to beat the bad guy. That would have been
Oh,
kind of
that would have
cool.
been great,
Choke it out with the
dude.
yo-yo.
Yes.
So Joyce, she's like, "Oh, my fucking head hurts," and she starts saying like weird stuff, like she like I think wanted to sleep with the book or something. I don't know what was up with that. And
I
then
don't know if
so
she said that.
she said like, "I want to put the book under the covers with me."
Jesus.
You didn't notice that?
No.
No, pretty sure. Yeah. And but so there's like a crazy guy outside who's like outside in the hospital lobby, and he's like, Dawn. He doesn't know her name, but he's like, "You're nothing." And Dawn's like, "Why does everybody keep doing this?" There's like there was another guy that did this, and there was that
Yeah.
guy outside the magic box that like my first episode ever.
Yep.
And what
This
is going
dude we've
on?
seen before. Did you recognize this fella?
Maybe I did.
It was the guy from No Place Like Home who was like the security guard of that building that we see
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Glory like reach her hands into his head at the end of it.
It felt familiar, like we were closing something in that moment. So yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. And Ben, he says something crazy. He says like we're running out of room in the psych ward. So all the people that have a family, we're just letting them go home with their family.
Yeah, the psych
What the
ward
hell?
if Sunnydale is overrun. Something's going on
So we're
with
just
the
letting people go home. We're just letting them
Yeah.
out. Seemed insane. Seemed like they should open another one or like put them in the jail or something. Like figure something out. I don't know. Don't just let them
Sunnydale's
out.
all about sending sick people home in this episode. They also decide like Joyce like Buffy will take care of her.
That was crazy because she's like standing at the counter and she's like, Buffy, you look like your dad when he's crying. And it's like, that guy's just going to let that woman walk the streets after she just
I
said that in
know.
front
No,
of him.
it's true. Like it's it really is insane. Like Joyce at like I'm gonna go crazy if I stay in the hospital for 2 days. You know what the answer to that is? I don't care. You're staying here.
Yeah, because what if you go crazy not at the hospital? I'd much rather you be crazy with people who can protect you and everyone else.
You
It
have a
seemed crazy.
tumor pressing against your brain.
Yeah, she
Stay in the
literally says that.
hospital.
It was pretty graphic. She's like, It's pressing against my brain and making me say crazy stuff." Like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a problem. That's not something. It seemed, I don't know, a little far-fetched. But so there we go. Then we go to the rooftop. Willow, Tara, they're on the rooftop looking at stars. Willow or Tara knows everything about the stars. I don't know. And then they see a meteor. Willow's like, "Oh, there's a meteor." So
Yeah,
they go to it.
that I mean that all goes down. It does look bad.
Yeah.
I'll say that much.
Yeah, it does look bad. But we make up for it with all the cool real effects, I think, later on.
Okay.
Didn't really bother me too much. Maybe in the moment. But so yeah, Joyce wants to leave the hospital, and she does. And then everybody goes patrolling, right? And they find the meteor, and Riley makes a call to the initiative.
That's all true. Yeah. Yeah,
He
yeah. He stays behind. Like he's like, you guys go over there. I'll stay in the woods.
He
And
asks for the man behind the desk.
yeah, that
We're,
seems to work.
we're gonna learn who that is.
No.
Oh, what the hell? But we do see Graham, another Graham episode.
Yeah, Graham shows up.
That's very exciting. I like Graham. I feel like we won't get him too much more, but it's cool to see him here. And so Joy, I like this that all the lights are off at home throughout the whole episode because Joyce hates the lights. And I love the part where Buffy's washing dishes in the dark with like loud music playing. It just seems so sad.
That is one of my favorite Sarah Michelle Gellar moments ever.
Yeah, she's great.
Um, I think she's amazing in that
MVP
moment. She
Buffy
like
this episode.
breaks down crying at the sink like while washing dishes.
Hmm.
It's really great. And she has this loud sort of like mariachi music playing.
Yeah.
It's really weird. I remember I used to have this friend Matt Wasserman. We had a falling out at some point, so we don't talk anymore.
Oh,
But um, I remember he was watching Buffy with like a girl he was with, and he got up to this episode and he texted me about the music playing during that scene, and I didn't remember what he was talking about, and he like couldn't understand why I didn't remember what he was talking about. And watching it yesterday, I was like, I sort of get his frustration with me in that moment because it is super weird. And I know everything about Buffy, and I should have remembered this.
yeah. It would be like you don't know what song is playing in. Oh man, forgot the name of the
Give
episode.
me one. Give me one.
It's the one with the roommate.
Living Conditions.
Living conditions, yeah.
Excuse me, it's Believe by Cher.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Remember that part when she says it's share time, meaning that they're supposed to be sharing, but
That's
then she
right.
turns on share, and I was like, was that a joke? What is that? So and then Joyce calls Buffy disgustingly fat. That was
Yeah,
crazy.
I
And then
know.
says Dawn,
She is, I can I just say something? She is very thin.
but I think for a while she like scared us with how thin she is, and now I think she's looking incredible.
Okay, great. I love it.
Really. And Dawn, she calls Dawn a shadow. And I was like, what? That was last episode. What are you talking about?
I know. I thought I had the same thought.
That's such a weird moment. And then we're doing research. We read about the Queller. Apparently
It's a
somebody
really weird
summoned the
story. Like,
Queller.
I mean, is it an alien or a demon or both?
I think it's an alien.
Okay, but they do say Queller demon at some point, and they say
Oh,
it is um it's summoned. We eventually learned by Ben, and so
right.
if you're able to summon, I mean, I can't imagine you could summon an alien.
Why did it come out of space?
I don't know. That's a really
Because the
good question.
writer wanted this emotional
Yeah,
moment to connect to her life.
I don't know.
That makes it even weirder. I know the whole time in my notes, I feel like I was writing demon. So I honestly didn't think about it as an alien until we were talking about it, but it comes from space. I mean, nothing else has comes from space, I think.
I like the idea of a demon that is attracted to crazy. Like anything that is wrong with like the human brain, like that's what the demon goes after.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
kind of cool. It's a good idea, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Uh, so it's called a Queller demon.
Yeah, they keep calling it a queller, but at one point they specifically refer to it as a queller demon. I wrote that down.
Okay. Honestly, I didn't know if they were using Queller as like a verb, as a noun. I was a bit confused, but
Well,
I guess,
I think they were using it as like one who quells.
but it's a Queller demon. I don't know.
It's
Uh,
quelling things.
So Graham, everybody shows up. They're all looking for like more dead bodies or whatever, and they like lose track. They're like, oh, I guess the demon got a ride from somebody. Like checked out of the hospital and got a ride home with somebody. I thought that was kind
Yeah.
of funny.
And then they're like, who checked out of the hospital today? And Riley immediately knows, like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, right. That was kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah.
And so then we go to Joyce. She's laying in bed and she does that thing where she's like, you think she's just losing her mind, but she's actually looking up at the demon, the Queller
Yeah.
demon. And yeah, so that was probably my favorite, like 1 second of the episode, I would
Oh,
say.
yeah. Big time. That's the best moment. That's the most memorable moment.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And so then Buffy does dishes. She listens to that cool music. And Spike shows up, right? There's like a big fight, I guess. And then Spike shows up mid-fight.
Yeah. He's like in the basement. He's just like
Yeah, he
hanging
has
out
a
in the
photo
basement,
of
like,
Buffy. What was
oh,
that?
that's right.
He's
Yeah,
like, yo, what's that picture of me?
he's taking photos of Buffy. Yeah, just
He
so
took
like he
that.
has them.
What do you mean he took it? Like he took it from a camera,
I
or he
assume there's like
just stole it?
a box of like photo books downstairs.
Yeah, took his favorite one.
Yeah,
I guess so.
my parents always had photo albums in the basement.
Yeah, I guess so. And so there's like a big fight. I like the moment where Spike actually like kicks the knife out of Buffy's hand, and she has to like go find the knife back, and then she ends up stabbing the demon. Pretty cool. I like the fight.
He
And you're
kicks
right.
the
I didn't think about it that much, but I think the fact that it's in their house is like kind of adds something pretty cool and scary.
Yeah, it feels like a little horror movie.
Yeah, I didn't really think about it like that, but that's true. And so the initiative break in, they got a bunch of guns. Buffy kind of, I feel like she kind of stormed off from Riley. Like Riley's like, oh, we're gonna help you, and then she's like, yeah, walks upstairs.
Well, they're like too late anyway, and Buffy's like already gone through this whole ordeal, and she's like, do whatever.
Like she
I'm
didn't even
out of
say
here."
anything to him. I feel
Yeah,
like she just like walked upstairs. It was kind of crazy. But uh,
Spike was
reveal
feeling
time
pretty smug because he was able to help, and Riley was late.
for sure. Yeah, they have such a weird dynamic. So reveal time, right?
Yeah, this is a
I
big
was
moment.
right. I was right. I called it from moment one. I said Ben's a bad guy, and Ben seems like a bad guy from everything I've seen. So Dreg, that's his name.
Yes.
He is in Ben's car. So yeah, Dreg is in there, and he said tells Ben, he's like, Ben, why'd you fucking do the quelling thing? Why'd you
First he
do that?
calls Ben Sir, and I'm like, oh, interesting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I thought he was just being nice. So, but I mean, I guess my question is, well, the whole thing. He said, ask Ben like why he did the quelling, so we learn he's a bad guy, and then he says, "Cause Glory fucked up, and I always got to clean up her problems."
He
And
says he's been cleaning up her messes his whole life.
right, so that's my question. Is I guess that's her brother, her little brother.
And that's your theory.
Well, you said his whole life, so I would assume he came in after her, and it seems like that's something you'd say about your sister. So yeah, I guess so. I mean,
Okay.
I don't
Good
think that's a
theory.
theory. I think it's just what they were going for. I don't think it's a theory. But
Well, that's an interesting theory.
okay, well now I think I'm wrong because you're calling it a theory. So, but anyway, then we go back and Joyce, big reveal time. Joyce is like, "Hey Buffy, I had like a weird moment where for some reason I thought Dawn wasn't really my child. What's up with that?" And Buffy's like, "Yeah,
I think
you're
Christine
right.
Sutherland is really good in that moment. I'm going to give her some props. The actress
Sure."
who plays the mom.
I agree, but I think like throughout this whole series, she's a little out of her element.
I often agree. That's why I want to give her some credit
Sure, I
in
agree with you.
moments where I think she really, nails the assignment.
Sure. Kind of only in this specific scene, because I think even in other
Oh,
scenes
come
she's a little
on.
out of her element. Sorry, I like this is the most she's had to do probably, and I don't think she's incredible. But
Okay.
she's not my MVP. I'm going Buffy again. There's that crazy moment where I think it's this scene where Buffy's crying, and she does the thing where she doesn't blink ever, Sarah Michelle Gellar. So she just has these crazy, like these like
Yeah.
crazy, like glassy
Glassy
eyes.
eyes.
It's
Yeah.
so good. It's so good. And yeah, she tells her like Dawn, she's not yours, but we still have to protect her
But
forever.
she still belongs to us.
She belongs to us. And Joyce says like if something happens to me during this surgery, you have to look out for Dawn.
Yeah.
Buffy says, "All right." And then she goes into surgery. We get this great shot where everybody's like, "Bye, Joyce. We're hanging out in the lobby."
Yeah. Oh, right. As she's like disappearing down the hallway. And that's like the last shot of the episode, right?
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
All
between
right.
3 and 4.
Interesting. I'm gonna straight up go three, but I like that. I don't
It's
know.
unique.
I
It's really
always felt
scary. I like
that
the like horror-y aspect of like the slasher, them in the house kind of. It's kind of fun.
I always felt like this one's kind of underrated. So it's nice to hear you even
You
give
get a big
four as an
reveal
option for
of
it.
Dawn and also with Ben.
I mean, I'm looking at the season 5 on IMDb right now, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And listening to Fear is the lowest rated episode of the entire season.
Well, I don't even think it's close to the worst one we've covered so far.
No, I think it's better than the one we covered last week.
I agree, and at least one or two more, I feel like.
Yeah, maybe Out of My Mind or Real Me. It's certainly on par with
Yeah,
those, if not better. Like I don't see that. I never saw that. So I I think this episode's pretty good.
I agree with you, and I'm gonna rank it not super high. Well, I get MVP, LVP. I'm gonna go MVP Buffy, and my LVP I'm gonna go. Sorry, Tara.
Oh.
Yeah,
I can't go Tara. I like the stargazing scene.
I didn't want
Um,
to go Anya or Riley or Xander or
I'm
Giles
certainly not gonna go
or
Riley.
Ben or
Riley's
Greg.
being a fucking maniac right now. I like that.
Yeah,
Um, but no, I was gonna go Buffy for my MVP, so
good job.
we'll match there. LVP for this episode. Uh, thinking about the episode. It's gonna be a hot second here.
Anya.
I like Dawn. I like Spike.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
like
like Graham.
Ben. I like the Doctor.
Yeah,
I like Tara.
you're gonna go Willow.
Might have to go Anya.
Anya. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I
just
can't remember anything she
underused.
does. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I understand. So
Okay.
I rank it. We've had 87 episodes, and I put it 59. I might go. I think I'll go 59 between Gingerbread and Goodbye Iowa. But I think I might like Goodbye Iowa a little bit more. So I think I'm gonna go between. I think I'm gonna go 60 between Goodbye Iowa and Out of My Mind.
Okay, I like that. I definitely like this more than Out of My Mind. So find that on my list and read up from there.
Okay, Out of My Mind you have at 74. So
Out
going
of
up
what?
out of 87.
Jesus. It's low.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, go
So
ahead.
Go Fish, Never Kill a Boy on the First Date, my Emily. Some Assembly Required, Nightmares, Gingerbread, Real Me, Pangs, Goodbye Iowa, Witch, the best
You
episode
could
ever.
put this between Goodbye Iowa and Pangs.
So we both one below Goodbye Iowa. I had it 70, you have it 67.
Okay.
No, wait. I had it 60, you had it 67. Sorry.
All right, that feels more right
And I
because
definitely
you were
liked it more
between
than
a
you.
3 and a 4 and I was firmly at a 3.